All right, guys, so we got to talk about a story that you're only going to hear about on this channel. And the reason why is because stories like this are not popular. However, they're very important stories to talk about, especially if you claim that you care about black people. If you care about the so-called black community, then stories like this is what you should be concerned about the most, because the most important thing for black folks is education. And when it comes to education, I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. Black folks are just behind, okay? This country is behind in general, right? But black folks are really behind. And stories like this are stories that race hustlers like Cori Bush should be concerned about more than anything else in Congress, okay? Because this story takes place in St. Louis. It actually takes place in her district because it involves a school in her district, okay, called Westview Middle School. That is a failing school, okay? This school is absolutely terrible. But we have to talk about a story that involves parents being outraged because their child or their children are not being allowed to participate in the graduation ceremony at this failing school because of bad behavior, okay? Because allegedly they were involved in fights, or they were late to class too many times, or whatever, right? The school says, look, we're not going to reward bad behavior by letting your child walk across the stage. And they were serious about it, right? Some kids got turned away from the graduation ceremony when they showed up to walk across the stage. And now the parents are outraged about it. Take a look.
Heartbreak for North County parents and their children after the kids are turned away from the 8th grade graduation ceremony. Angry parents called me to get answers from the school district. We headed out to do just that in tonight's You Paid For It. These parents from Westview Middle School in the Riverview Gardens School District are livid. It was supposed to be one of the best moments of their lives for their kids. Instead, it turned out to be one of the worst. This mother and her 14-year-old daughter came to the middle school on Wednesday for her 8th grade graduation ceremony at Westview. Both mother and daughter got the shock of their lives when a teacher at the door told them they couldn't come in, this as her classmates were allowed to pass through.
She was hurt and her feelings was hurt, and it was embarrassing. I wasn't the only parent out.
So you went to the door, and they said sorry?
They said sorry.
You and your daughter at
Yes.
the door, and you got turned away at the door.
Got turned away at the door.
This couple ran into the same trouble when they arrived at the door with their daughter, and she also turned away. What did hurt you most about all this?
Honestly, my baby, like her missing out on this experience, and
the tears coming out of her
yeah,
eyes.
she was really
embarrassment that she felt.
She not even.
Staff talked to her like she was an illegitimate person walking down the street and not a student of this establishment.
I called the Riverview Gardens School District. Officials told me they put out a list of no-nos that disqualified kids from participating in the graduation ceremony, even though they graduated and were promoted on to high school. Among the things on the list, bad attendance, fighting, and the like. They say they sent the information to parents and let them know how their kids were faring along the way. Parents I talked to said they didn't get a heads up that there were any problems. One parent even showed me a special certificate praising her daughter along with a certificate of graduation. I went to Riverview Gardens and talked to the superintendent.
Schools do have policies and procedures that we ask all of our young people to abide by, whatever school, and not just in Riverview Gardens, but in all school districts. And there will be points and times when there may not be to the parents' pleasure that a student is removed or not allowed to participate in an activity.
I feel like she was robbed, I was robbed as well, because that was her moment. That was her moment.
True that. The superintendent did say she's going to phone the parents who appeared on our broadcast who said they got a bad deal trying to get into the promotion ceremony. The superintendent will try to ascertain just what happened to figure out just how to make improvements. You know I'm going to stay on top of this deal. After all, you paid for it.
Yeah, so as you can see in this situation, the white man is nowhere to be found, okay? Can't blame the white man, can't cry racism, can't say, oh, well, it's because I'm black. Nope, this school is ran by black people. There are black people attending, mostly black people. I mean, 99% black people, and to be honest with you. And the outcome is not good, okay? But before I get into some of this stuff that's going on in this school, we just got to talk about this story, right? Like, these parents are complaining, they're mad because the school is not allowing their child to walk across the stage to participate in the graduation ceremony because of bad behavior, right? And they want to boohoo, whine, and complain about it. They want to try to act like there's some type of injustice being done against their child when most likely their child is not being allowed to walk because they are a bad student, okay? They were involved in fights. They were agents of chaos in school, and that's why they're not being allowed to walk, okay? Again, there's stories that have come out of this middle school of kids being so bad that they're getting in fights with staff.
Caught on camera, a fight between a staff member and a student in a classroom in the Riverview Gardens School District. New at 6, Fox 2's Kelly Hoskins has more on this shocking video that is on social media and how the district and the community are reacting to this assault.
Well, the fight broke out here at Westview Middle School in the Riverview Gardens School District, and many say the video is very disturbing. You can see a physical altercation between an adult staff member and a student on Monday at the middle school. People in the community are concerned of what they are seeing and wondering how something like this could happen in a classroom.
Shocking. What led up to them having an altercation, and why wasn't anybody in the room once they start hearing commotion?
Our station obtained a copy of the video and have blurred faces because minors are involved. And we are told the staff member is wearing the red shirt, and you can see both throwing punches. They ended up on the floor as they continue punching each other, slamming into a desk, and a chair falls, almost hitting them. As the two pull each other's hair, others in the classroom watch the incident unfold. It's unclear how the fight started, how it ended, and if anyone will be disciplined.
Kids are supposed to go to school to learn and all of this, not go to school to have teachers put hands on them.
It was very disappointing to me because it shouldn't be no way that an adult is fighting a young girl. Like, it's unprofessional.
The Riverview Gardens School District released a statement about the assault. The district does not condone violence and takes violent behavior seriously. An investigation into this incident has been initiated in accordance with the district policy and procedures. We ask the Riverview Gardens School District community for patience as we conduct a complete and thorough investigation into this matter. Reporting in St. Louis County, Kelly Hoskins, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, so you've seen that, you heard that. This school is clearly a school of chaos, and I'm going to get more into it here, okay, in regards to some of the numbers and the performance of this school. But again, you see that this school has fights between teachers and students, okay? Obviously, students are fighting each other, and that ultimately reflects academically on students, okay? Because this school, unsurprisingly, is a failing school, which, again, that's what kind of blows my mind here about these parents and them basically feeling this sense of entitlement that, hey, my child should be able to walk across the graduation stage to get her diploma, because at the end of the day, most likely, just considering the academic statistics, those students who were denied the opportunity to walk across stage because they were fighting and because they had bad behavior, most likely they can't even read and write at an 8th grade level, okay? They probably shouldn't be graduating, period, okay? Because let's read about this, okay? The student population of Westview Middle is 553, and the school serves 6 to 8. At Westview Middle, 9% of students score at or above the proficient level for math, and 12% score at or above that level for reading. The school's minority student enrollment is 99%. The student-teacher ratio is 14, which is better than that of the district. The student population is made up of 51% female students and 49% male students. The school enrolls 99% economically disadvantaged students. There are 39 equivalent full-time teachers and 2 full-time school counselors. So what you have here is an absolutely terrible school, okay? It is basically all black, right? 97.1% black, and they're absolutely failing. The kids can't read and write. But yet you got parents that are boohoo, whining, and complaining about their kid who most likely, according to the statistics here, can't read and write at 8th grade level, complaining because the school has said, no, your child can't participate in the graduation ceremony because they're an agent of chaos. When they're lucky that the student can even graduate, period, because in a sane world, right, in a sane education system, we should not be allowing these students to continue to move on and to pass these grade levels without actually being able to read, write, do math at that grade level. I don't understand the point of sending these kids to school if they're not actually really learning what they're supposed to learn. If they can't demonstrate that, hey, I've learned what I should have learned or what I'm supposed to learn, I'm ready for the next grade level. Because all they're going to do is go to the next grade level unprepared. They're not going to know how to do the work. They're not going to know enough. And they're going to continue to be agents of chaos until they finally get a diploma, and then they've been sent out to the streets with no real skills, can't read, can't write, can't do anything, okay? And then they end up living a life of crime, thuggery, or becoming single baby mamas. That's what happens. And it's just a vicious cycle. These schools are failing to educate these kids, and part of the reason is not just because the schools are bad, but it's because the parents are bad. The parents feel like their kids are entitled to something that they're not. Instead of saying, you know what, maybe you don't deserve to walk across the stage because you got in fights. No, they're trying to fight for their child to get a participation trophy that most likely they didn't earn academically and they didn't earn behaviorally, okay? Because they went to school and, again, they were agents of chaos. According to the school, that is, allegedly. And according to the academic performance of the school, most likely, if I had to bet money, their children of the parents that are complaining probably can't read and write at 8th grade level, can't do math at 8th grade level. Parents probably can't read, write, or do math at 8th grade level either, right? Students might be smarter than the parents at this point. Who knows? But yet they're concerned because their child got denied the opportunity to walk across the stage with their pretty dress on to get their fake diploma. Again, it's amazing. It really is amazing how piss poor parenting in this country has really led to some of these terrible outcomes for kids. And you continue to see it time and time and time again, these kids not being held accountable for their actions. Your child was a menace to school. He/she was an agent of chaos. They're not being allowed to walk for that reason. Most likely they can't read, write, or do math at that level anyways. They shouldn't be graduating. So I don't understand what you're complaining about as a parent. Instead, you should be getting on your child and saying, well, why did you put yourself in this situation in the first place? Why'd you act up so much to the point where the school won't let you walk? But no, blame the school. Cry discrimination, cry victimhood, because the school is simply saying, well, we don't want to reward this type of bad behavior. Kids already can't read. They're already not learning nothing, right? Let's not reward them for making it worse. It's amazing. Stories like this are really stories that, in my opinion, are some of the most important stories, because this is why our society is as messed up as it is. This is why some communities are as messed up as they are, is because of situations and stories like this. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.